Behind the swinging doors of a chaotic restaurant kitchen, a monumental secret was hiding in plain sight. For months, patrons at a bustling establishment in Glasgow, Scotland, were served their meals by an unassuming young man who seemed no different from any other struggling worker trying to survive the daily grind. He moved quietly between tables, cleared dishes, and endured the grueling shifts of the hospitality industry, all while keeping his true identity entirely hidden from the world. To the casual observer, he was just another face in the crowd, an anonymous individual navigating the challenging realities of making ends meet in a foreign country. But inside the intense heat of that kitchen, a massive secret was quietly brewing. The young man carrying those heavy trays was actually a powerhouse vocal talent who had completely walked away from his passion after a series of devastating setbacks. He had intentionally chosen a life of absolute anonymity, using the repetitive nature of manual labor to escape a past that had left him deeply wounded. The contrast between his mundane daily routine and the extraordinary gift he possessed is nothing short of staggering. While customers complained about minor details like cold food or slow service, they had absolutely no idea that the person standing right in front of them possessed a voice capable of commanding global attention. He wore the uniform of a server, but he carried the soul of an elite performer who was simply waiting for the right moment to either fade away forever or completely shock the world. But that hidden sanctuary wouldn't last, because a sudden calculated decision was about to pull him out of the kitchen and thrust him directly into an unforgiving global spotlight. Before the bright lights of international fame took over, a crushing public failure nearly destroyed his career before it even started. To truly understand this overnight phenomenon, investigative reporters have had to look back at a devastating chapter that took place thousands of miles away in Southeast Asia. Years before arriving in the United Kingdom, the aspiring artist attempted to launch his career on the highly competitive stage of Idol Philippines. While this raw vocal ability was undeniable, the high-pressure environment of reality television quickly turned into an absolute nightmare. Following the sudden and highly controversial elimination from the show, a massive wave of online backlash erupted across social media platforms. The digital community targeted him with severe criticism, and the intense public scrutiny took a massive toll on his mental well-being. The situation became so overwhelming that accusations surfaced regarding how the industry mistreats young talent, pushing him into a state of deep isolation. Dealing with orphic total rejection from his home country, the young singer experienced a severe emotional crisis, leading to the heartbreaking decision to abandon music entirely. He packed his bags for the entertainment industry and chose a path of self-imposed exile in Scotland, convinced that his dreams were permanently dead and buried. The emotional trauma of that public rejection was the exact reason he ended up working behind the scenes in a restaurant, completely terrified of ever stepping near a microphone again. Yet the deep internal hunger for creative expression could not be suppressed forever, setting the stage for a desperate gamble. With absolutely nothing left to lose, a quiet walk onto the world's most scrutinized stage changed the trajectory of modern television. The atmosphere inside the audition theater was thick with skepticism when the former waiter stepped from the wings and walked toward the center mark. The panel of celebrity judges led by the notoriously harsh Cowell looked entirely unimpressed by his unassuming demeanor and quiet introduction. For anyone who knew the history of Britain's Got Talent, stakes could not have been higher. This was a stage designed to either launch superstars or publicly humiliate those who weren't prepared. But the second the backing track for a classic Prince anthem began to echo through the auditorium, something shifted entirely. What followed was an absolute vocal explosion that tore through the room, instantly shattering the collective skepticism of everyone in attendance. The sheer power, emotional depth, and technical precision of his performance left the audience in a state of complete shock, pulling people out of their seats for a massive standing ovation. From a journalistic perspective, it was the exact moment a viral sensation was born. As the video of the audition began spreading across digital platforms at an unprecedented velocity overnight. He didn't just pass the initial test, he completely forced the entire entertainment industry to recognize talent that had been unfairly discarded years prior. It was a masterclass in artistic redemption, but nobody in that room could have predicted that his very next performance would shatter the program's historic rulebook completely. Performance so mechanically impossible unfolded on live television that the judges had no choice but to break their own rules. As the competition moved into the high-stakes live semifinals, the pressure on the young performer reached an absolute fever pitch. Instead of playing it safe with a standard ballad, he made the incredibly risky decision to take on a legendary high-octane rock anthem by Aerosmith, a song known for breaking even the most experienced vocalists. From the reporter's desk, watching the broadcast unfold felt like witnessing a high-wire act without a safety net. He pushed his voice to absolute extremes, hitting soaring glass-shattering notes that seemed to defy human anatomy. The sheer intensity of the performance created an electric atmosphere in the arena, and before the final arrangement could even conclude, Judge Holden did something entirely unprecedented. She reached across the desk and slammed the live golden buzzer, cementing him as a rare multi-strike golden buzzer recipient in a single season. The historic moment sent shockwaves through the media, instantly triggering millions of views and making his name a trending topic across multiple continents. It was a triumphant validation of his artistry, but this massive sudden wave of global adoration quickly brought an entirely new set of problems into his life. As the internet obsession grew exponentially, a dark and deeply concerning narrative began trending wildly across social media platforms, threatening to completely derail his momentum just days before the grand finale. Behind the scenes of the world's biggest show, a wave of alarming rumors began spreading like wildfire across the internet. While millions of fans were busy celebrating his historic double golden buzzer achievement, an entirely different conversation was developing in the darker corners of social media. Under the viral hashtag PrayForMatty, intense speculation began circulating that the singer was facing a catastrophic health crisis behind the scenes. Anonymous sources and online commentators claimed that the extreme physical demands of the competition, combined with immense psychological stress, had caused permanent vocal destruction. Reports surfaced suggesting that emergency medical interventions were being hidden by the production team to avoid a massive public relations disaster before the live finale. The internet community panicked, analyzing every piece of available footage for signs of physical exhaustion or strain, with many believing he would be forced to withdraw from the competition entirely. From a journalistic standpoint, the intense pressure cooker of sudden global fame seemed to be repeating the exact toxic patterns that had broken him years earlier in the Philippines. Representatives for the show remained completely silent, refusing to confirm or deny the allegations, which only caused the wave of public anxiety to grow exponentially. Everyone wondered if his voice would hold up for the ultimate test, or if the intense scrutiny would cause him to break under pressure once again, but his response to the critics would leave the entire world completely speechless. Standing on the historic Wembley stage, he delivered a final performance that was less of a song and more of an open rebellion. When the live broadcast cut to the grand finale, the tension inside the stadium was palpable, with millions of viewers tuning in globally to see if the viral sensation could actually deliver. Walking out under the blinding spotlights, he chose to perform a haunting, deeply emotional rendition of Radiohead Creep, a track that perfectly mirrored his own journey as an outsider. He wore a distinct custom-designed ear cuff that proudly paid tribute to his Filipino heritage, making a bold cultural statement on one of the biggest platforms in the Western world. Instead of succumbing to the intense vocal strain or the malicious internet rumors, he delivered a raw, flawless masterclass in vocal control and emotional vulnerability. He completely recontextualized the lyrics, turning a song about isolation into a powerful anthem of self-acceptance and defiance against those who had previously rejected him. Media analysts noted that the performance felt like a direct response to every critic, cyberbully, and industry executive who had ever doubted his worth. The audience was left completely spellbound, and the immediate digital aftermath solidified the moment as one of the most significant cultural events in reality television history. He had successfully transformed his deepest personal trauma into an absolute artistic triumph. But the final twist in this investigative report involves an unexpected career move that no one saw coming. Just days after capturing the hearts of millions worldwide, a sudden announcement revealed he's walking away from television entirely. The viral dust has barely settled, but investigative reporters have just confirmed the incredible development regarding the singer's immediate future. While fans expected him to sign a standard reality television record deal and embark on a traditional pop music career, he has chosen a completely unexpected path. Highly credible industry sources have revealed that he has officially signed a major contract to join an elite, world-renowned West End theatrical production in London. This shocking transition means he's completely leaving the reality television ecosystem behind to take on a prestigious, demanding role on the legendary theater stage. His journey represents one of the most drastic and rapid transformations in modern entertainment history. In a matter of mere months, he transitioned from an invisible, struggling restaurant worker dealing with intense emotional scars into a highly sought-after theatrical force on a global level. The story challenges everything we know about modern celebrity culture and the unpredictable power of digital algorithms. As he prepares to step into this highly competitive new chapter in London, the world is left watching in awe, proving that true talent cannot be hidden behind kitchen doors forever, and leaving everyone to wonder what massive heights this unstoppable performer will conquer next.